speaking of football, journalist and sports reporter Dianna Russini was recently spotted with Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel. She recently resigned from her job at The Athletic amidst the alleged scandal, and Mike Vrabel came out and said that he's been having some difficult talks over the photos that surfaced. Maurice, there are some people that are saying that there may not have been any foul play, and that if you've been in an industry for long enough, you get to know people and build relationships, and that they just have a close relationship from being with each other for so long. So number one, do you think that they actually had an inappropriate relationship with each other? And number two, do you think this is a bad look for women in this male-dominated industry?
Well, I don't know what type of relationship they had, right? But I'll tell you this, I couldn't get that shit off that he was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mo, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I couldn't get away with it, you know? Yeah, man, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome to Doc TV. We getting back. Arabia's back, man. Arabia's back. She taking in for Treasure Wilson, man. We gonna see what they get into, man. They talking about, you know, life things, Ant-Man, Coach Vrabel, things like that. It gets spicy, my boy. Let's go to the content.
And
yeah, you was just in the hot tub. Wasn't nothing.
Yeah. So, hey, man, listen to me. We all own perception is reality. And I remember when this came out, I said, you know, you can't explain that. And I was talking to my wife, right? Like, you can't be laid out by the pool with a whole other woman while you married. You can't be like interlocking fingers while you married. Like, you can't even be grabbing another man's wife like that, even if she's married or however it go, both of them. And so sometimes we get caught running routes, right? And shit happens. And that's what he got caught. He got caught running around on his wife. And even if they didn't go and take it any further, just that enough was enough, right? And I just always said, they said the truth has no explanation. And when you start explaining all this stuff away and people start running from their jobs, like, you know, you just got caught doing some bullshit. That's all it is. So talk about it. Ask your wife for forgiveness. You know, go to therapy if you have to, and then move on with life.
I don't know if it was the hot tub or the water springing out of the water. That made it crazy. Yeah, when I saw the picture, I was like, you know, because I'm an analyst, I analyze a lot of things. I wasn't just looking at them like, you know, talking by the pool. It was how he was holding her hands. Like, if you look at the picture, if you understand body language, right, Killer, he got a hand out here. She got her hands like this, and she, like, what, it was too intimate. It was no way that was friendship, just from the body language. Everything about the picture says you two know, and this is just my observation from the picture. It says you two know each other very intimately. It was the way she was subjected to him. It was just, everything about it was wrong. It wasn't like just a piece of it was wrong. And like Killer said earlier, if you're innocent, you don't ask for probation. You don't walk away and resign if you're innocent. Why am I resigning if I'm innocent? It's got a little bit of guilt written all over it. I'm not resigning. I didn't do anything.
You go. I'll go after you.
I think she did it. There is a clip going out of Dianna Russini over the last few months or years, and it seems like she does not like her husband. She's been saying, oh, I'm married to an average guy, and I don't really post him a lot, and just the way that she speaks about him in interviews, unsolicited. Nobody asked her, and she'll unsolicited just have all these negative things to say about her husband over the last few, again, months or years, I don't know, however long, and it seems like she's the type that would and has stepped out of her marriage based on all of these clips that were put together in a collage. So I definitely think that they were engaged in an inappropriate relationship. And as far as women in the media, people have inappropriate relationships with their with their workplace bosses and stuff all the time. So I think because she's a woman in a male-dominated industry, it doesn't look good, but it's nothing unique. Dentists have inappropriate relationships with their nurses and professors and students and all kinds of things. So I think they did it. But it's a very common occurrence. So I don't think there's necessarily.
You think they did what though? What exactly do you think?
I think they had sex several times. I think they've been on dates. I think they have inappropriate calls and texts and just have inappropriate relationships based on two people who are married. That's what I think. But I don't know. And then also these photos surfaced at the annual coaches meeting that happens in Phoenix, Arizona. So these particular pictures that came out were probably taken by another coach or coordinator or someone who was attending these annual meetings, which is even crazier. This isn't like paparazzi or fans. These are other coaches posting or, you know, somehow leaking these pictures. So I definitely think they did it.
So she resigned, and he talking about what the nigga verbal
He said that he's been having difficult talks based on the photos that surfaced.
Difficult talks. We posted the pictures on the show. Yeah, I remember we posted them on the show. We talked about this, but she didn't resign at the time. Mm-hmm. But difficult talks with who?
I'm assuming like with his wife and, you know, just at home.
Because that's the most difficult. They can talk about difficult talks. That's what I was thinking. Who else you having difficult talks with? Because, you know, Robert Kraft understand. You know where he got caught at. You know, nigga said I dig. Even though Robert Kraft is a widower, if I'm pronouncing it correct, He get them handies. He understands. So he do. He got busted. I don't see nothing wrong with what Robert Kraft is doing. And I love Arabia's point of view. But when you say difficult talks, I was wondering who the difficult talks was. And then Mase said, if you're not guilty, why are you resigning? The reason I brought this up, right, I want to go last, is because I'm going to go a little step further. I was seeing how when this report came out, and females, you know I love y'all, man. You know I love y'all. And I just rather sometimes females be like, I don't want to make sense. I just rather them say that than try to make sense out of some shit that don't make sense. Be like, yo, you know what? Fuck all that. He was wrong. I don't want to make sense. I would respect that more than you trying to act like you making sense about some shit that don't make sense. I like that better.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah, like I'm so emotionally fucked mad about it. I'm not here to make sense.
Yeah.
I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like that. Because then I can know, okay, we're not here to make sense. I can move on from it. You know, the one comment, and I'm not going to I'll leave that part alone, but the one comment not the one comment, the several comments that I've seen from females about this topic was that, why is it always the lady that got to resign? The lady, it's always the lady that got to leave. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, even Doka had to leave Boston. The lady kept her job, right? And Doka was doing this thing. Put his shit all out there with Nia Long, all his business and everything else, and then have to resign. And the lady kept her job. So females be seeing what they want to see. When it's time, they don't see when the nigga got to resign. They turn a blind eye to that sometimes. So that's when I was like, don't want to make sense.
I think it was the black guy who had to resign. The white guy don't have to resign.
That's a good point. I like that one too. Because you know I was a white woman as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. White stays.
Black goes.
White stays, black goes.
So we have a new philosophy.
Yeah. And then you think about that, right? Imagine this too. When first of all, you're gonna get mad criticism if you're cheating on Nia Long, because she's beloved and black women love her, etc. But then you gonna cheat on that white bitch? Well, you gonna cheat with a white bitch on Nia Long? Like, you gotta deal with all that, right?
He deserved to lose his job.
Yeah. He deserved to lose it. Yeah. You get all that, right? You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at, and I talked about this on, I talk about it here real quick with actually all three of y'all. I asked all three of y'all because y'all are all in relationships or married or whatever. So I talked about it on Talk with Flea, which came on last night, Revolt. It comes on YouTube tonight. You can check it out. But I'll ask you guys, I'll bring it here being that we're talking about this. Chris Brown and Usher are doing a concert together coming up, right?
Good question.
Right. So we've seen what's been going on at these concerts. Usher cherries in the mouth. Chris Brown wet kissing. I don't want to say tongue.
Bad.
Yeah, I don't want to say tongue, but the kisses is wet. I see.
You know, niggas get on with it. The kisses is wet.
The kisses is mad wet, man. So Chris Brown is footage of this lady. He's kissing her, and the husband just sitting there shaking his head like this. And, we seen the cherries from Usher, the bananas, the assorted fruits in females' mouth. And then I talk about, I think, what's her name? Kiki Palmer. I always forget her name.
Is Mo letting this girl go to
No, listen, hold on, I'm going to get to it. Kiki Palmer, she's her whoever boyfriend, I always get this situation mixed up. Whoever he is, he just wanted out, right?
Yeah.
Now, I seen online because I put a clip out of it, right?
Yeah.
I'm giving a little context before I get to you guys, right? So there's females online that's like, yo, y'all tripping. All y'all niggas talking about that my girl better not. If Beyonce wanted to kiss my husband, I would let him go up there and kiss my husband, da, 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 da. And other girls were like, he better get over it because if Usher called me up there, I'm dry humping. I screenshot dry humping. Chick said she dry humping. This is a once in a lifetime situation. The comments of the females that don't give a fuck, they basically telling her, yo, I seen one guy tag his girl, when they come to our city, you better not. She said, shit. So I had some nice female guys on the show from Chicago, and they made sense. They actually said that they didn't respect what the females doing. They're not trying to embarrass their dudes, and they wouldn't do it, and they wouldn't mind if their husband do it. They like, I don't want my husband to be cool with Usher, tongue kissing me, etc. And I still wouldn't mind if Beyonce called my nigga up there to do it. And I'm like, that's the type of, I'm glad you get where I'm coming from. Yeah, they making sense. To ask you this, Mo, and Mase, and Arabia, it don't got to be a wet kiss. It ain't gotta be a fruit. It ain't, cause I already know we gotta. Would you mad if your girl call Usher up and they just get a little bit one of these, a little two stuff like this? Are you they don't got they arm left and they like this. it's a two-step and arms left like this. Mo, it's Usher, it's Chris Brown. Yeah, step in the name. Are you mad if your wife gets a step in the name of love?
Yeah.
Mo?
Hey, yes, it ain't happening, man.
So she can't even get a step in the name of love.
Nah, she been on me 21 years. She knows the do's, the don'ts. Man, don't embarrass me. Hey, because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to say, damn, that's all it took. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make me question all of my entire relationship if a whole other man can get you up out your seat and have you do anything he say. So it'll be done for me. I'm that petty when it comes to that.
Oh, so
Y'all know how it goes. Y'all know the huggy girls, huggy, touchy feely. If I even put my girl in that box, or she even start like even participating, because y'all know how it go, man.
Yeah,
it'll be a wrap.
Well, listen, right? I'm not saying because it's in the 90s, right? It's like in the 90s.
Oh man.
So sometimes we will have girls, and I'm talking about when we was 15, 16 years old, whatever. And I knew that my man's girl wanted to bone me, and I knew that one of my girls might want to bone my man, so I may leave him in the crib and go like, I'm going to play basketball or whatever, and he'll bone my joint, vice versa. And then when we don't want to be bothered, we'll be like, yo, you fuck my man. And she'd be like, you put me in that situation anyway. You left me there. Yo, this is what I'm talking about. They'll blame you because you want to go play basketball. And you should have left me in that situation anyway. You can't. This is what I'm talking about. So I'll get to you, Arabia. It's a two-part question for you.
Okay.
If you're with your boyfriend at the Usher concert and Usher and Chris Brown want you up there, would you go?
Absolutely not.
No.
For two reasons. Number one, I am extremely, extremely attracted to my boyfriend. Like when I'm with one man, I don't even see anybody else. So I can recognize that Usher is an attractive man and Chris Brown is an attractive man and I can see the sex appeal, but I love my man. I'm attracted to my man. So nobody else really does it for me. So I don't even want to go up there. And also we already know how Usher and Chris Brown get down at these concerts. So we've had a conversation in the car on the way there. Like, all right, I have a violent boyfriend. So if anything happens, he's ready to swing. He's ready to pop off. So I'm not even going to put him in a position to go to jail or get beat up by security because he's looking for confrontation. So I don't want to do it. And I also don't want him swinging on nobody. So no, I don't even want to go up there.
Now, would you be mad if y'all was at Beyonce concert and he went up there and kissed Beyonce?
Kiss Beyonce, yes, but get a lap dance by Beyonce or get twerked on by Beyonce, or you know how Janet Jackson used to have him strapped up on the thing. Go do your thing, babe. I ain't Janet Jackson. Well, here's the thing: men and women are different. So I think it'll be cool if he gets that experience from Janet or from Beyonce, because I ain't Janet, I ain't Beyonce. So go have fun, go do your thing. So I'll be here when you get back.
But it can't be Super Bowl Janet, right?
It could be Super Bowl Janet. She get the little titty, you know.
Okay,
I don't mind.
I'm just making sure we clear.
I'm not doing it, but I don't mind if he does it. It's Janet, it's Rihanna, it's Beyonce. That's a once in a lifetime experience. I'm Arabia. Yeah.
Just blink if you need help.
He's really violent.
Blink 3 times if you need help.
Yeah, it's not going down. Not with mine. Well, speaking of relationships, WNBA player Azzi Fudd was drafted to the Dallas Wings, a team that her ex-girlfriend Paige Bueckers was also drafted to and already playing for. A reporter asked Azzi Fudd about her relationship with Paige Bueckers, and the Dallas Wings quickly shut that question down. Maurice, do you think this was a perfectly reasonable question for the reporter to ask Azzi Fudd, or do you think there was a line that was crossed by the reporter asking about her personal life with Paige Bueckers?
No, it was appropriate. For all intents and purposes, they promote and they're open to, their sexuality in the league. It's not like that's anything new. And even Azzi Fudd and Paige Bueckers, both UConn girls, it's not like they've been hiding anything from anybody. I just think that you may have had somebody in PR that's just scared of the conversation or scared how it gets answered. But, it is what it is, man. It's 2026. You have same-sex relationships and, they play for the same team and they're girlfriends. I think the part that they didn't want to ask is that, what happens if y'all fall out and y'all are on a team, and sort of the cat is out of the bag with that line of questions. But it is what it is. I don't think it was inappropriate. I think it was a PR team trying to stop other conversations from being spurned from that one.
Yeah, I think. What's your question again?
Do you think it was an inappropriate relationship or inappropriate question, or do you think that the Dallas Wings were legitimized in shutting the question down?
I think both. I think it was a legitimate question because, when there's nuances, there's going to be other things that follow in when these situations, right? So that's why you have to ask the question, because this is uncharted territory and we don't know where exactly this is going to go. We got the concern we got three major concerns and even more than that, but we'll try to talk about three of them. I'm mentioning three of them. One concern is that, what is it going to do for the team, right? What is it going to do for the team if they fall out? That was a major one, right? Because everything is all good as long as it's good. And we heard Killer talk about he wish women would just say, I don't want to make sense. What if you got two players now that don't want to make sense? What is this going to do for the locker room, right? And then the second, I won't even get to three. I'll get to two. And then you got to understand, how is this going to play into the fan base, right? So now if I'm a dad or you're a mom and you're taking your daughter to watch WNBA basketball, do I want to take my child to see a basketball game where two young ladies are going to be intimate? Now, if I have a little girl that's interested in the sport of basketball, that's just the questions that are going to come with it. And I think that is going to have some say in how they handle it in the future, because basketball is basketball. Like we say, your love life is your love life. But when the two come together, it is going to put people in that business. And it's going to be very interesting to see how the media handles that.
Okay.
I don't know how they broke up, so I don't know how to answer it. Like, was it cool breakup? Are we still friends? I don't know. She may walk past the locker room. She may smack her on the ass like, you want that old thing back, huh? We don't know. Nigga, you don't miss me? So you don't miss me. What's up, big head? We don't know. I don't know how they broke up. It may have been on one person is cool with it, one person isn't cool with it. They both may agree to say, let's go our separate ways, let's be friends. They might hate each other. I don't know. I don't know. This was all new to me. But to answer the question, I think that Mase is correct. It was fair to ask the question, and it was fair for Dallas to intervene on the question. But now what that leads to is speculation, because the question still hasn't been answered. And now what people are going to do is dig into their past. Because somebody like me, I'm not going to go do digging their past. I'm focused on them playing basketball. But we can't get mad if we talk about this in the weeks and months to come, because somebody else dug up their past and be like, well, if you look at the game, if we look at game two, season 2024, they was mad at each other. And if you see she wasn't passing, we don't know. This shit can be dug up. I think that
she was open and she skipped past.
All that. Yeah. That's going to be available.
She didn't call a pick out now.
Right. Yeah, all that type of stuff we won't know. And like May said, to me, I don't know about it. We may be wrong, because I think it's more relationships with WNBA players with each other than we know about. Some are public, some aren't. But, these are two young players. This will be Paige Bueckers' second year and Azzi's first year. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll keep an eye on it. I know one thing. We'll never get any information from Mo about it, even though he's right in the house. He's right in Yukon. And
I got to go back.
He actually could probably tell us more about this, but he won't. It's all good, Mo.
I got to go back.
We get it, bro.
Yeah, I saw some criticism saying that if women want to play professional sports and they want to get paid like the men, and they have to be able to be available to answer questions like the men do. And sometimes a lot of male athletes are asked outlandish questions about their personal lives. So if they want the same equal treatment as men do in the sports arena, then they have to be open to answering these questions. And I think it was a completely legitimate question. I mean, an ex-girlfriend playing on the same team is a very unique situation. So I don't see why the Dallas Wings shut it down, personally.
And they both were at UConn, so this is kind of crazy.
They actually go back to like 16 years old. They have history from even back at 16. Known each other for a while. Yeah. Anything else? No? Okay. Well, Mo, thank you so much for joining. It's always a pleasure seeing you, having you on the show.
Thank you all for having me. I'll be watching by the time this comes out next week, or by the time this comes on, or by the time I come back next week. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'll be in studio next week. So by the time I come there will be 4 people drafted in the first round by Ohio State and for Michigan.
Okay, great. I have a question for you. Do you know the only school in the history of the United States to reach the national championship in both football and basketball?
So y'all about to end the show?
Yeah, it's Michigan. That's all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
Shout out my nigga Doc TV in the building. That's my dog. You hear me? Y'all go sub up to @Doc TV expeditiously, bro. Y'all want new perspective on the same old bank, nigga? Tap in with Doc TV, man. Good dude. Shout out my nigga Doc in the building, bro.